Hey guys, it's Average at Best here. My name is Josh.
And I'm Rob, and today we're talking yet again about the USBC's six-ball national tournament ban. And this is something we missed a little bit earlier in the week, but the USBC has finally actually posted the hard data that they got from the bowling balls they tested at the Masters. And they posted this 7-page sort of FAQ to answer everybody's questions. So we're going to go ahead and go through that today.
Yeah, finally they gave us all of the information as to why they banned these bowling balls, and so that I guess we could understand why the decision was made.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so they kind of go through the inspection process, kind of what actually goes into testing these bowling balls. So the current process to approve a ball is that the manufacturer is required to send the ball in, and they USBC takes the specifications, and they go through a 13-point inspection process that takes 5 hours per model to compete. That's a lot more like vigorous testing than I anticipated initially.
Yeah.
And then if the balls meet the requirements, then no further testing is required. So
then they'd talk about do the manufacturers receive their approval data from USBC? Yes. They talked about like what is the process used to spot check balls, and yeah. If the 4 samples still are near the limit, the additional 4 samples are gathered. If the batch of 8 samples predicts non-conformance greater than 0.6% or any bowling ball is predicted non-conformance or is found outside of specifications, 24 additional samples are acquired and tested to estimate predicted non-conformance percentage using globally accepted statistical calculation methods for quality assessment.
Basically,
a lot of big words.
Yeah, basically that's just jargon for they test 4 bowling balls that are just samples, and then if those are near the limit, they test another 4. And if those all 8 are near the limit, then they test a 24. And I think 24 is the maximum that they will do.
Yeah.
So why would USBC approve a ball and later remove it? So basically, the approval system is done by samples that are sent in by manufacturers. USBC relies on the fact that the manufacturers produce the production balls the exact same that they produced the sample bowling balls to be tested. So, obviously a ball can be sent in, samples can be sent into USBC, it can be approved, and then later on through, if it were a production issue or just a problem with the balls aging or something, the balls could then become out of spec, I guess, out of
I mean that's what happened with the urethane balls. As time went on, they started to fall out of the hardness requirements, and so now USBC put out the rule about the purple hammers way back about a couple of months ago. But now, with all these new bowling balls, they're finding that they're going out of their hardness too. So that's why these balls in particular were banned after they got accepted in the first place by USBC.
Yeah, so they measure using a durometer. Basically, this just explains like how they measure, stuff like that. The temperature, the humidity does depict how hard a bowl measures too. So they measure a bowling ball at a very specific temperature, very specific humidity. The process is specific. It's precise. So yeah, that's why they say measurements conducted outside of USBC's lab with other durometers are not applicable, as durometer readings can be very tool by tool. And basically what they're saying is it has to be done by themselves, right? They have a very specific process. They have a weight on the durometer that applies the same amount of pressure, the same heat, humidity, all that stuff, right?
Yep,
that affects
they keep everything consistent, the same, so that way that they don't have to worry about different discrepancies, different tests that they do.
Yeah, so also Storm did publish a statement saying that testing has shown many factors like differences in surface, stuff like that can cause variances in how hard the ball reads. And basically USBC says it's the manufacturer's responsibility to ensure that the bowling balls comply with specifications at the time of manufacture. So when USBC checks these balls, they take balls that are right out of the manufacturer.
Mm-hmm.
So these balls are measuring just below the hardness level right out of the manufacturer. Whenever they take the 8 samples, then the 24, they do that with fresh bowling balls.
Yeah.
So in that regard, the surface change doesn't really matter because these are right out of the factory. And here we go. We actually, what we've all been waiting for, this is the hard facts. This is the data that USBC was able to collect from measuring these balls over the last few weeks. And
these are the exact numbers that they have put out for each one. 73 is the baseline of where it needs to be. So as you can see with the Wolverine, it's at 71.8. The Alter Reality, 71.1. Phase 4, 71.8. UFO Alert, 72.3. Trend 2, 72.5. And Electrify Solid, 72.7, which is just 0.3 away.
Yeah, so actually, the Trend 2, the Electrify, and the UFO Alert were very, very close to being in the number. And now you'll see here, projected out of spec, so this is doing their numbers. You can see the Trend 2 and the Electrify Solid. It says not any testing paused after agreement. So this means that they actually weren't finished with their testing on the Trend 2 and the Electrify, but they had already contacted Storm about the other bowling balls, and Storm had made the agreement to say, okay, we understand these are going to be out of spec too. They expected it to be.
Yeah.
So they had made an agreement to just nationally ban the bowling balls, right? And this means because of their agreement, nothing else is going to happen, right? There's no other balls that should be getting banned at this point. It seems like this is sort of the end of the drama, right? I mean,
this looks like it's the end of the road here.
Yeah.
And it sucks for all those people that have gotten it, but the good news is that it's only national level. Your local leagues or your local tournaments are probably not going to have this rule to ban these bowling balls. I would check with them beforehand you go to a tournament or anything, but really this is just at the national level, so just national tournaments like the USBC Masters, the all the junior golds and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So really it shouldn't affect the majority of us. It should only really affect, the people that are out there bowling the national tournaments.
Yeah, so I mean, if you're bowling junior gold or you're bowling USBC nationals, then this is a scenario where you're gonna need to exchange your bowling ball.
Yeah.
But in the case of most people bowling in leagues and stuff, or even bowling in your normal adult sweeper tournaments over the weekends, you're not gonna really need to replace your bowling ball. People might poke fun at you. Oh, well, my ball's not illegal. Yours is. You know what I mean?
They might make crack jokes or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I do that myself. We throw motive, so
we throw motive. We don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, but I got nothing against Storm. They make really good equipment, and
I mean, they're the biggest company in bowling. They're like the one company that everybody knows about. They're that name brand basically.
Yeah, and really, if it was any brand, I would feel the same way. If this happened to Ebonite, if this happened to Motive, if this happened to Hammer, I mean, I would feel the same way. That man, this really sucks, and you almost feel like they don't deserve to have this extent of scrutiny go upon them. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
But I feel for everybody that was on Storm staff and that was having to deal with this situation with Storm, because it's bad.
It was a huge deal. It was not like a very small, insignificant thing that it'll pass in a day or two. This is like a huge thing to ban 6 of their bowling balls. It's like, that's the majority of their most popular line is right here.
Yeah, I mean. So yeah, this is the numbers. So USBC obviously says that they're just testing research of how urethane balls measure over time, blah blah blah. So, and we'll make sure to tag this FAQ down
we'll put
below.
it in the description so you guys can look for yourselves.
Yeah, so it says USBC prohibited these balls from national tournaments was the best outcome, as opposed to revoking from all certified competition. The reason they did this is basically to not screw over Storm. Storm would have had to replace everybody's bowling ball if they were all banned altogether. And basically, they made a deal with Storm saying, hey, look, we're going to ban this at national tournaments and not everywhere else. Because, man, Storm would have had a...
Storm would be very, very screwed.
Yeah.
Because they would millions of balls that they would have to replace, refund, and pay for the drillings of new balls, too.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they were putting out $50 voucher cards for everybody. Which, I mean, some people said that in the comments of our other video, they said that they would still make them pay shipping to go there. And that $50, the $50 voucher would then become worthless because all that money is going towards paying the shipping.
Is expensive, yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, but that's all we have right now. This should be the end of this USBC Storm saga we've been watching, like ongoing. Hopefully, this is all that we've got left to talk about for you guys. I mean, we bowled a tournament today. We've got the playoffs coming tomorrow, so don't worry. We've got plenty of content coming down the drain for you guys. It's been really exciting being on the channel the last few weeks. So
it's been really exciting to see all the growth that's coming.
Yeah,
it's. As just me and him who just started this channel a couple of months ago, we're super excited. We're super stoked to have all of this traffic coming to the channel. So we wanna pump out videos that are good. We want to pump out quality videos for you guys. So if you want to see any more of our content, go ahead and click the subscribe button down below. We will make sure to upload a couple of times a week.
Try to upload about 3 times a week if we can make it.
If we can make it, yeah.
But yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching. Again, we really appreciate all of you. So peace out.